Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. This is where I make pick a card videos as well as a variety of other spiritual type videos. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm happy to see you again. Today, I am going to be doing a pick a card to help you identify your soulmate or your future spouse, just depending, because sometimes soulmates aren't always spouses. So we'll see how that comes up in the cards here. But if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Lets me know that you would like to see more videos like this. I am Amanda Ray, the intuitive healer and psychic medium from theamandaray.com. I'm going to go ahead and show you the piles and start the process here. So here are the 3 piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. So before you choose your pile, please take a moment, close your eyes, take some heart-centered breaths, and really connect with your inner self. If you need more time, please pause the video and go ahead and take ample time to connect with yourself before choosing. The messages that come through with you will be so much more clear if you take that time for yourself. So without further ado, here we go, pile number 1. I'm going to slide these guys up just a little bit. Pile number 1. So the main theme card is clouds, shape-shifting. So what I'm hearing from this card is things are changing. Someone is changing. So someone that maybe was in your life previously and you're like, man, that's my soulmate, or you felt like a really big connection and it just didn't work for a variety of reasons. And now, there's this opportunity for them to come back or you to go into their lives. You're just like, no, thanks. So be open to allowing people to grow and shift. It's not that you have to blindly trust, but be open to these shifts and changes. So these cards here from the Life Purpose deck, and this is going to kind of talk about their physical life or their interests, their job maybe, just depending on what cards come up. So we have children. Your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. So they could have children, you could have children. I'm feeling a sense of strength. So they might even be in like a childcare setting or teacher, something like that where people look to them, or maybe they just happen to have a childlike energy. Just, different messages for different people. Animals. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are part of your life's work. So you may have animals, they may have animals, or just a really strong connection with them. They could also, I'm picking up, could be on a farm, out in nature, like just disconnected from the hustle and bustle of a city and more connected with the earth, nature, things like that. And practice. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. So I venture to say you've already had a relationship with this person, or you've thought of having a relationship with them or something like that, or you felt like, oh, I can't because, or you're discrediting yourself not going after this relationship. Maybe it's someone you haven't met yet, but you've had your eyes on from afar and you're like, I'm doubting myself. I can't step up into that. So, allow yourself to shift and change and grow into this person as well. Both of you have to grow to be able to come together. That's just kind of the nature of soulmates coming together. It's a journey. It's a process. You can't just jump on in. I'm feeling really drawn to bring blue kyanite into this reading here. And then I was wondering why it needed to show up. So blue kyanite is about creativity, being able to cleanse your energy and aligning all of your chakras. If you're not familiar with chakras, a little Google search can give you more info, but basic. It's really just a fancy word to talk about our emotional well-being. And classically, there's 7 main chakras that talk about different levels of our emotional well-being. So balancing your emotions so that you can show up. Practice makes perfect, practice feeling in balance to be able to connect with your soulmate. These are just general messages for you in relation to the relationship here. These 2 different decks, Saints and Angels and Indigo Angels. You're a leader. You have to be stepping up into your purpose in some way, shape, or form in order to show up in this relationship. Or you view them as the leader and you feel like you can't rise up to be at their level. And really, all leaders need other leaders to surround themselves with, or other support people to surround themselves with. So please don't discredit yourself in this. I'm feeling a really rock solid foundation once you get past the self-doubt here. So please, allow yourself to either step up or to be that support person for someone in that leadership type role. Ask for a sign. Your angels really want you guys to come together to be able to make big world changes, whether it's just within your community, within your immediate family, or literally the world. Different messages, different people. But ask your guides for a sign. Now, the beautiful thing with your guides is they want to communicate with you very openly, and you may find you're getting signs like feathers, coins, number sequences, moved objects, songs coming on the radio, you're hearing things, you're having dreams, a huge variety of things. And beyond that, you might have something else that shows up as a sign, animals, people saying things to you. Ask your guides for a very definitive sign. Say, send me a blue butterfly if I am meant to do XYZ, or if we're meant to be XYZ. And once you set that very clear expectation, like you're sending a blue butterfly for this meaning, well, they're going to follow suit, because like, now I know what she wants to hear, because we've been sending her, all these different things already, and she just wasn't getting it, or he, just depending if you're a girl, boy. What is up? So now, in regards to this sign, loosen your expectations a little bit too. If you're asking for a blue butterfly to mean if you're supposed to be with X person, well, you might not see a physical blue butterfly. You might see someone with a tattoo, with someone talking about it. You might see a picture, a sticker, something. So just be open to the way that your guides bring that to you. Okay? And when you get that sign, don't discredit it. Take it as it is, because they send that very specifically on your request. Let's go. You already know. Yeah, you do. You know that this relationship is coming, what it's got to be, and you're scared. There is resistance to stepping into this relationship for what it means. And here's the thing, darling. You signed up for this. You were born the person you needed to be this person. Now, be with this person. All of the things here. Now, you may even have music in there. This guy's playing a flute, she's playing a flute. There's definitely some flow and some vibes happening. Like, you really vibe with this person. And your calling is asking you to step up into this. And here's the thing. You're ready. Period. All right. And whatever you need to tell yourself to feel ready, start telling yourself that literally every day, multiple times a day. Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I am ready. I am strong. I am a leader. Whatever it is you got to work through, start talking to yourself in a different way. These cards are going to talk about personality aspects just a little bit deeper, just so that you get other aspects. Solitude. This person is either going to be a writer, need that alone time in order to get mental clarity, or you may also need that, but they say there's a pillar of strength with that, like right in the background, there is that strength connected with this. You need to be able to take that time. Get writing now. If you don't have goals set up, like written out goals or a vision board, get to it, because that just helps you strive towards what you need to. Suffering in silence. This person that you've put on a pedestal, this leader that you're viewing them to be, is feeling like they have no one to compliment them. They are lacking that ability to connect with their soulmate. They are calling it in so hard. And that's why you already know, you're getting these signs, you're feeling this. But here's the thing. You got to take the steps. You got to walk up those steps to reach them. there's a little bit of work for you to rise up, like, and it has a lot to do with self-doubt or taking that inspired action, you need to be, and be gentle with yourself. It's okay. Now, both of these cards have a 9 on them. You're almost there. You're almost at completion. There's that, tying up loose ends from the past before stepping into that completion. So just know that this isn't like talking about 3 years down the road. Like, this is talking about like within this year, just depending on how everything goes out, right? The waiting game, number 2. This has a lot, like I'm hearing the word sands of time coming up here. So they're having some journeying into themselves. They're having to understand their soul depth in order to match your soul depth. You don't feel like you're the leader they need you to be, but you have this deep spiritual depth that they're trying to now step into. So you're stepping up in physical confidence, they're stepping into spiritual confidence. So understand you're both coming together for this. Now, I'm hearing like some water signs. So this person might have a water sign, you might have a water sign for zodiac, but very much charged by the moon is what I'm hearing. So very intuitive, lots of that kind of energy floating around here. There's this need to reconnect with the earth as well in this. So, and that's coming up through here. So that might be something that you come together to like kind of bring yourself back down to earth, maybe, because there's maybe too much of stepping up these in order to connect with that. But you already know this is coming. Things are changing, shifting into what you need them to be in order for this to happen. You're almost at completion. Bless it. Ask for your sign, set up your goals, and start faking your confidence until you start believing in yourself in all of this. Pile number 1. You got it. You got it. That's all I got for you, pile number 1. Please, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to my page, hit the notification bell so that you know when I release more videos like this or other spiritual related ones. If you like this or have another topic you'd like for a pick a card, please comment below. I'd be happy to do some more topics here. So, pile number 2. Let's see what's up. So the first card is kind of like a theme card for connecting with your soulmate here. Woo! Volcano, volatility. So there is definitely fire energy. I don't know if it's you or if it's them, but there's definitely fire signs all up in this reading. Lots of action, lots of maybe too much optimism even, like just, headstrong, keep going, without being able to be a little bit realistic in expectations. So we'll see how that comes up in the rest of the cards here. These cards here are talking about kind of like their physical life, whether it's their habits, their jobs, something like that. Nutrition, you conduct healing work with your culinary skills. So they might be a chef, you might be a chef, or they might just be really into food. Like they might have really high standards in what kind of foods they bring into their life. And they might also be calling you to step into that a little bit more. You tend to choose maybe some not healthy foods as comfort foods. And they're asking for a little bit of a shift there. Freedom. You're free to do what you choose. Isn't that beautiful? So again, I'm picking up the fiery energy in the background there, that bright color. And you felt caged for a long time. So I don't know if that's talking about past relationships or life in general, but this relationship is calling you to be free, to have that freedom and uncage yourself. Let yourself blow up if you got to blow up and just find your balance again. Let things out until you feel back to your normal, because this new relationship isn't going to be like your other relationships have been. Author, you have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. So you may be a writer, they may be a writer, and it might not just be books. It could be songs, it could be poetry. It could just be that they like to do it and they haven't expressed to a lot of other people. I'm picking up lots of channeling, like divine guidance. So I don't know if it's maybe both of you are channeling information, but you're starting to get smells. Like you're smelling, if it's flowers, certain foods, something, you feel like your nose is off, but it's actually you channeling information through smells. And these smells are guiding you. So, for example, if you're smelling roses, it's leading you towards that compassion and helping you. So, whatever you're thinking about, you smell roses, it's leading you towards that. So, you probably haven't noticed yet if you're not super into your own intuition, but if you've just become aware that you are getting those strange smells, start to understand what it is you're thinking when you're there, because it's time to start incorporating those things into your life. If you smell, healthy foods and you're eating Doritos, well, maybe that's a sign that you need to be, changing that up a little bit too. These next cards here, Saints and Angels and Indigo Angels, is kind of some messages, general information, depending on how these come up, what they got to say. Move your body, get back to exercise. If you've been contemplating moving literal locations, now is the time to really start considering that, because you're getting really stuck and stagnant and you're not connected with that. And that volcano volatility, like that explosive, okay, well, it's time for me to move. I gotta, whether it's exercise or whatever needs to be coming through for you, but now is the time to really start feeling that energy flowing through your body. Stop preventing yourself from feeling that so that you can connect. Maybe you've been wanting to join a yoga class forever and you've been holding yourself back saying, not yet, whatever. But all of a sudden at yoga class, you meet your soulmate. They're writing stuff and they're a nutritionist or something like that. And boom, like there's reasons why you're being guided to these choices. Okay. Send love. So they're showing me what you need to do to start calling in this love into your life. So you need to envision the relationship. So if you already know who it is, you have your sights on someone, cool, envision them. If you don't, and just envision the energy of the person you want to connect with as a soulmate. And what you're going to do is just really connect with your heart and soul, take some deep breaths, and envision your love extending out into that person so that they can feel your love and start to connect with you. In order to receive that love, you got to be able to send it out too. So this is about, loosening up a little bit. Again, that volcano, like letting things out, letting them be expressed. Authority. So this card, I'm really feeling like you need to surrender. And again, there's that tiny hole that they're looking up to. You need to start letting go of those shackles because you're holding yourself back from the life you want to be living by talking yourself out of the choices you need to. And that's how you connect with your soulmate, is through being your authentic self, showing up at the yoga class, eating the healthful foods, expressing yourself through writing, feeling the freedom. Freedom shows up right above authority, where it looks like he's just it's time to let it go. Okay, pile number 2, it's time to just stop holding it all in. It's too heavy. You need to let those shackles go in order to step up and be with your soulmate. These cards here are talking about kind of their personality or that inner part of themselves. So we have balance. This person is a very grounded person. They're very in touch with who they are. They're connected with all the elements. They've done an incredible amount of spiritual work to be ready for this relationship. So now they're needing you to express the parts you're holding on to step up into that. I'm also feeling like there could be a child involved, or you're having one. I'm just literally up in the clouds in here. I'm seeing, here's like the mother's face, and then there's like a little baby face right here. So like, you got to let some of this other stuff out that's crowding up your space in order to be able to bring new life, right? Whatever that means, whether it's kids or just new life to yourself. Light. They're a light worker. part of you may feel more comfortable in shadows, kind of hidden from everything. They may be an authority figure and you may feel removed from that. So understand they may be like someone in like a light worker field. So whether it's a nurse, a doctor, a Reiki master, a channel, something, something that helps bring healing to others, counselor, therapist, something like that as well, but it's all for them. It's about helping other people get that release, and that's how they feel satisfied. That's how they connect with their calling, their higher purpose. Stand your ground again, playing on that authority figure role. You have a lot of stuff you're holding on to, and this is a lot in past relationships. And in order to show up and have that firm foundation to start this relationship or continue this relationship, depending, you might already know this person, you got to be able to face some of your fears, look into your shadow self and release some of that, get that freedom. Move your body, allow it to flow through you, because you were never meant to hold on to all of that. You were meant to experience that, learn from it, and send love to that situation. That send love coming up again. So being gentle with yourself through this, because, volcano fiery energy, you tend to be a little bit hard on yourself, perfectionist. I need to do more, be better, do harder, like whatever that is. But now is the time to nourish yourself so you can prepare yourself for this relationship, to bring balance back into yourself. You guys have such a beautiful relationship that will bloom, is blooming. Different messages, different people, but you need to be able to come together in order to do that. And if you're eating Doritos every day for breakfast, well, you're not going to be, living with someone that eats, only raw food. Like it's going to be challenging to come together because you're coming from different energies. So connect with your light energy. Address your shadows, start standing in your own light to connect with your soulmate. All right. That's pile number 2. If you like this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. That way you'll know when I post more videos like these. And, if you have a topic that you'd like to see for a pick a card, post it below. I'd be happy to, do some custom stuff. So that was pile number 2. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to move on to pile number 3 here. Top card is kind of like a theme card that relates into all the others. DNA and karma. Interesting. So on a cellular level, you guys perfectly match each other, and there's a lot of lessons to learn from each other. You're going to be helping each other heal from your karma. The stakes, the healing. Okay. So these 3 cards are talking about kind of like their physical life. So whether it's their job, habits, interests, things like that. Options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So they might be in a big transition, lots of changes happening in their lives, weighing the options, pros, cons. They're a very calculated person. They might be an accountant even, or a bookkeeper, something like that. But or you might be, but they're very much in their emotions, and they're very not skeptical or critical, but I can't find a better word to describe it. But they very much weigh the options before making a choice. So they're not jumping on it like a fire sign. Protected. You are safe and supported while you change your career. There you go. You might be going through some very major changes, or they might be going through some very major changes in order to step into more of their life purpose and to find more balance in their life. And, they may be doubting some of these changes. They might be weighing the options, but they need to know that they're supported. And part of that is coming together with their soulmate. So whether that's you and you're already together, or maybe you guys haven't quite connected in that way yet. Teaching. You inspire young people to learn. So I'm getting the real sense that one of you has kids or will be having kids. So bringing a little bit more joy into your life. Like I'm seeing just that youthful energy in this card. And in order to connect with that, you need to be able to connect with your inner self in order, like that inner child, in order to connect with that childlike energy. And they definitely have this like sparkle to them that just kids are attracted to. So when they go out, like kids just naturally are excited to, play with them or, stuff like that. So, yeah. These cards here are just messages in general to your soulmate and how that's going to show up. Healthful eating. So I'm getting the feeling like they need to be doing more healthy eating. This could apply to you as well, but they've been making some really, apologize the way this is coming out, but like piss poor choices on what they're eating and what they're doing with their bodies. This may even be unhealthy habits like smoking, drinking, stuff, and they've just kind of let things get out of control because they have no quote unquote reason to change, or they don't feel connected with their life purpose or why they're there. Maybe they are doubting themselves a little bit. Friendship. There's a good chance that you are already connected with this person, and you've built through friendship. And that's perfect because you needed that solid foundation, because you guys needed to show up for each other over the years to know you can trust each other, because you're both very slow to trust. You weigh the options, you really calculate it. They might be having a hard time with their career. Maybe they need to start a new career. Maybe they lost their job or feeling out of work or, something like that as well. Pray. Pray. Give your worries away. So both of you tend to be quite guarded with people. You don't just open up, and that's okay. But you need to let some of that stuff out somewhere. So if you need to open up somewhere, you need to open up to your guides, God, angels, whatever, higher self, whatever it is you believe in, and start to express some of these things for yourself, because both of you are yearning for the same thing, but you're holding yourself prisoner in your own body, and you need that angelic assistance to bring yourselves together. You already know this soulmate, and they've been with you through a lot of things. And part of you is scared that they can love you fully for who you are in spite of all of this. So be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with them. And allow yourselves to unravel some of this karmic stuff that you need to be going through, because you're both helping each other heal in a very deep way throughout all of this. These cards talk more about the internal workings of your soulmate, like kind of what's happening on the inside. The base chakra, the root chakra. So this is all about like stability, feeling connected, survival instincts, basic needs, house, finances, food, stuff like that. So they need to feel that supported, they need to feel protected, and they might have a really hard time opening up to you about that. So I'm getting the sense that you have to kind of finesse them a little bit. So if they are a really great mechanic and they just do it as a hobby, maybe you need to encourage them to, have a little more faith in themselves and to maybe step up into that new career change, something like that. It doesn't have to be mechanic. That's just what's coming to mind. So they need to work on their root chakra, feeling connected, grounded, spending time outside. If you're into crystals, anything in the earthy tones, so like reds, browns, blacks, would be helpful for them and for yourself. Movement, choices, decisions, and the colors of the chakras are showing up in here too. You guys have been through some major life events together and supporting each other through them. And you guys he might be, she might be, they might be, you might be, however this is working, going through some major transitions right now. And again, everything's very calculated. You're very, how is this going to work? How does this happen? Do we, just mutually help each other with business? Do we join together in marriage? Do we just help each other grow? Do we, let each other go. Let it, there's a lot of this. How do we do this? Because both of you are scared to show up and heal what needs to be healed, to have this karmic relationship. But there is that potential. It's, are you guys willing to feel connected to each other and work through some of this stuff in order to show up for each other? That's the question you need to ask. First ask yourself, then kind of feel the grounds on the other person. Patience and planning. Take your time. Neither of you are in a rush in this relationship. Both of you have a purpose in this relationship, and it is to be there supporting each other. You need to be able to heal. Archangel Raphael, Saint Raphael, the Archangel, is showing up here, and frequently he's depicted with the two snakes, So there's definitely healing that has to happen. You may have had quarrels in the past where things didn't end that great, and you're a little scared to, put your trust in each other and go forward. But there's healing that needs to happen, whether it's healing for yourselves, healing around other areas of your life. But have patience, plan together, really connect, take that time and see where each other is at, because part of you are just showing up as friends. And, there's a call for just a little bit more for you guys. And you already know who this is talking about. You already know how this is showing up in your life. You've just been a little bit resistant to actually letting it be that way. I get it. That fear of relying on someone else can be a real tricky thing. But here's the thing, it's totally worth it. Start doing a little bit more home cooking, a little bit more fruits, vegetables. Be gentle with yourself, nourish yourself while you're planning, you're weighing the options. All right, pile number 3. That's what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that was helpful. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that when I post more videos like this, you'll be notified. If you have an idea for a pick a card that you'd like to see, please comment below. I'd be happy to work on some custom stuff. Until then, I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.